Nico Angelo is a character that I made that just expresses a little bit more of the extrovert side of me. But it's just someone I can have a little bit of fun with. The basis of that character was made off of a a really bad impersonation of Voss from Far Cry 3. And it just comes from me just having fun. I'm gonna explain what this video is about pretty much. I've noticed when I first made this channel, I've gotten subscribers based off just basically uploading live feeds from the show. I'm a huge fan of the show Big Brother. I'm a huge fan of Survivor, and I'm now currently a huge fan of the game Among Us. I respect the gameplay in all of those categories, and I am especially enthralled by the social dilemma that goes within those fields of game. I'm obsessed with psychology, assessing individual differences, understanding people, their personality, their behavior, why people do the things they do, and why they think the way they do. And a huge part of that obsession leads me to want to be on the show, because I feel like if I were to get on, I'd be really good at it. Reading people, understand how to gain people's attention, draw their attraction, get them to say things that they wouldn't normally say to any other person, get them to feel more open about themselves around me. And the manipulation part of the game, I think I just would be really good at. But the main thing that I want to just talk about is just getting that out there. And I just want to talk about myself for a little bit. I might post this, I might not, but in every season, there's been moments where I can see certain strategies being used, but people don't use these strategies that I come up with, that I think of, and it's bothersome to me. To me, I won't say it's easy, it comes easily. There's some situations where I can't think myself out of, but in many situations I can. There was a part in season 18, this is when I first started really getting into the show, when Frank was on the block with his back against the wall, and he could have betrayed Brittany. If he betrayed Brittany, or at least acted like he's betraying Brittany to Michelle, then Michelle will use the veto on him. All he had to do was simply lie to Michelle and say I was going to throw Brittany under the bus, and then he could have thrown Brittany under the bus. If he threw Brittany under the bus, I could have saved her. He should have known this because of what Dan did in season 14, if he did it the correct way, because then Brittany would look like she's alone in the house, and everybody would have sympathy for her. The only person that would vote against Brittany would be Michelle, if I'm remembering this correctly. In that moment of time in Big Brother 18, if I was in Frank's shoes, I would have done things very differently, and I would have manipulated Michelle like crazy. I would have gained her trust, made her think that I'm all in love with her like she's in love with me. And then when the time comes, I would rip her heart right out of her chest, emotionally, psychologically, and then I would repair it, Frankenstein style. I would attach it up, tether it, and tell her, you can trust me. And then I would do it all over again. And by doing this, I would gain this psychological barrier with her that makes her feel that she needs to trust me. And if she doesn't, then she's failing herself, because she's worked so hard to get with me. And I'm acting as if I'm in the shoes of Frank. Now, of course, me and Frank are not the same people, so the dilemma would be very different, and I don't even know if this would work, but just from experience of what I know in psychology, I think it would. Now, this is just one thing of many strategies that I've thought of that I can come up with. Another one was Kevin in BB22. This is more recent. There was more along the road, but I can't think of any off the top of my head, but this one is more recent, so I can think of it. And that Frank one was a big strategy, and it reminded me of Dan from what he did in season 14, And that's what was reminiscent about that, and that's what allowed me to remember that so easily, as opposed to the other strategies. But the thing with Kevin in BB22 is Kevin could have easily taken a strategy that has been used many times, which is I'm the weak player, keep me around. Instead, Kevin wanted to show people how good of a player he was. But the fact of the matter is, if you're not good at competitions, you got to look at other parts of the game. I understand Kevin has social anxiety, but he can use that to benefit him. Even if he doesn't think he can, he can. That social anxiety thing, it makes people see you as a weak player, but they don't see you as a threat. He could use that and propose the idea to everyone. Then they would be more inclined to keep him around instead of getting rid of him when the alliance turned on each other. But because he kept trying to show them how good of a player he was instead of how bad of a player he was, it backfired on him. If he simply told them, I'm a bad player, there's no way I'm going to win this game anyways. I kind of want to work with you if you just want another number. I mean, I'm going to be out here next week, so it doesn't really matter. If he just rolled with that, he would have made it pretty far in the game, I think. I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong about many things, but that's just what I believe. I'm a huge fan of this game. And I'm a huge fan of Among Us right now. I believe I'm very good at that game. And I'm going to be posting more video clips of me playing that game. The only issue I have with this is I'm not sure how CBS feels about me posting the live feeds. I think they're okay with it. I don't see a reason why not, because the only reason I'm posting those live feeds is so other players that are similar to me can see the old strategies that good players that they aspire to be or want to take from. They can take the strategies, they can watch the strategies live on the live feeds, see what they said, what words they said specifically to this person, to adhere to that person's personality type, things like that I never had the chance to do back when I wanted to watch old live feeds. I know that one of my favorite players to learn from was Dr. Will, but I believe I'm a very different player than I would be a very different player than he would be if I were to get on the show. But I'm going to be posting video game clips of me playing Among Us, maybe. I'm not sure about that. I might not do that. I might do that elsewhere. But I do want to talk about strategy, and I want to post strategy ideas out there. And since I'm no longer at work, I can now post more videos of the old live feeds like I promised you guys I would. Yeah, I felt like sharing that with you guys today. And that's about it. But I want to talk about strategies and strategies that I want to see future players employ in the Big Brother game, in the Big Brother realm. I enjoy entertainment and creativity and style points more so than strategic, smart plays. Like in my opinion, I think the best, like someone who had the best strategy coming into Big Brother would be Derek Levasseur. He played a very, very well-organized game, covering himself on every angle, but it was a very boring game. So if I had a choice to choose between Derek or Dr. Will coming back, I would, of course, choose Will over Derek. Same thing with Dan. I would choose Dan over Derek. This game has a lot to do with luck, and I hope people remember that. It's possible that these great players that we see, anyone else could have fit those shoes if they were in a house with different people. But then again, you never know. I could be wrong about that. You never know. I felt like sharing that with you guys today. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend or whatever day it is. Yeah, peace out.